Hello everyone!
Hi, how are you? It's the last day of school. We look horrible and we're so tired, but we are recording. So we are recording our observations on each other during the teaching period, the 15 minutes or 20 minutes that we teach in our classes. I will let Brittany start.
Okay, so I observed Samaa. I didn't get to physically observe her, which, because everything's so crazy at the end of the year, we were not able to switch classes or actually physically watch, but we did watch the videos of each other and we got to discuss them a little bit. She did a collaboration of a lot of activities regarding one objective, which was positional words, or two objectives, positional words and counting. So the students had to be able to listen to up or down or around, and they had to in and out, and they were figuring out the vocabulary and how those words worked. Now, with the video, there was not the introduction of objectives. It was a collaboration of the activities themselves, but I believe, based on the lesson plan I read, that her objectives were very, very clear. It was very clear that she wanted to talk about positions. It was very hands-on. It was perfect for 2-year-olds because there was singing, there was dancing, there was running around in circles and listening for whistles, and I think it touched on everything it needed to touch on in order to bring that objective across.
All right. For Brittany's video, I also watched the video. I loved how she the objectives were not on the board, but it was addressed to the students, and also she asked them first about the shapes and what kind of shapes they like to put on their popsicles. They started to say some shapes, and she started to draw those shapes on the board. The 15 seconds to talk to your peer was amazing. I loved how she is encouraging the collaboration and how she's giving the chance to the students to say their opinion on others in a nice way, or like a conversation. It's a collaboration skills. During the I always love how a teacher can encourage the students during the class indirectly. So Brittany used yum yum in the middle. So whoever is popping up and saying his yum yum, whoever is popping up and saying anything about the popsicle, she was just praising them by saying yum yum, as it's amazing and the design is beautiful and everything. About the popsicle or the shapesicle, and it was amazing. I loved the class, the classroom arrangement, where the camera was. It was not showing much, but if there was such a space, of course, this is not Brittany's class because
I don't have a class.
She's a car teacher, but while she was teaching, the class was actually very entertained, which when she comes to the classes, I was in pre-K 3 last year, and she was our teacher. Once she gets in, the children were jumping out of the way. So thank you, Brittany. That's it.
Now we can talk about the scenarios and situations surrounding our lessons. So my lesson is for pre-K 4 for geometry, and this week I was out of pre-K 4 classes, and it's the last week of school. I did this yesterday with my first graders, so it wasn't exactly age appropriate, like saying yum yum with 8-year-olds, but they did it because I also had them in kindergarten, so we had that kind of relationship. But it was also first grade, the day before the last day of school. Most of those kids left yesterday. That was their last day of school, and it was just absolute insanity. How about your Samaa?
Well, I teach 2-year-olds, so what do you think? It
was
all crazy.
The time.
Yeah,
You have a lot of students.
I have a lot of students. I have a room that has the toddlers and pre-K 2. The toddlers are 8. No, yeah. And the pre-K 2 are 15. exactly. So they're all in one room with 5 different assistants or caregivers, and I'm the head of them. So it was like crazy.
23 students.
Yeah, and the only one who is doing the circle time is me. So keeping all those kids with this age group and with different age groups around focused is something that, ask me about it, it's like killing me every day. Because the kids, it's because of course you have to be very charismatic.
All
You
the
have
time.
to be very
Singing.
very not loud, but you have to be there with your voice, with your actions, with your singing, with your whatever. You have to be there. My time limit for my circle time is 15 minutes. The kids, sometimes they are seated. I don't like sometimes, of course, in the video you will see me directing them to sit down, which is normal because if one was up, all of them will be up.
Mm-hmm.
So I was directing them, trying to keep the classroom entertained as much as I can, and that's it.
Okay. I think that covers it. And now we're going to go clean up our classrooms.
Yes, thank you.
Goodbye.